Creamy Cajun pasta with shrimp and andouille sausage. Let me tell you, if you're lactose intolerant, eat this in the bathroom. If you're allergic to gluten, eat it at the hospital. If you're allergic to shellfish, tell God I sent you. Oh, hoppity hoobity ha. That's how Adam Sandler talks. Hoppity hoo. Hey, Poor Choices Kitchen. I am tired. The reason why I'm tired is because the entire month of March is like everyone in existence birthday. And I've been trying to make it to every single thing while on top of doing this show. And I'm so glad it's April. That's all I can say. Y'all need to move your birthdays next year, okay? Today I'm making actually one of my favorite recipes. It's a creamy Cajun pasta. We're gonna throw some shrimp in it. We're gonna throw some andouille sausage in it. And feel free, after you've made this, switch it up. You can do chicken and sausage. You could do shrimp and chicken. You can do whatever you want, but you'll still have the basis here. It's a very easy recipe to do. It's gonna move kind of quick. So I'm gonna try my best to explain everything that I'm doing. Starting with our shrimp, we got half a pound of shrimp here. One of the stars of the show, this is jumbo shrimp, deveined, tails off, peels off. We got some andouille sausage here, Cajun flavored sausage. You can use smoked sausage or kielbasa sausage, whatever you want, but I just want to add more and more Cajun flavor to it. So I've got about 6 ounces of this that I've that I've sliced up. We've got 1 cup heavy whipping cream. We're gonna add half this container of chicken broth, so it'll be about a cup. And then we'll add about a cup of some fire roasted crushed tomatoes. We've got some Calabrian peppers here. These are really, really good. You can just use a bell pepper, but I discovered these at a Whole Foods once, and they just have like this special flavor to it. And of course, we got some Parmesan cheese. We got half a diced yellow onion. We've got about 4 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, about 4 cloves of garlic minced up, and then just some parsley for later. I do want to point out real quick. So today's pasta, we're going to use penne pasta. And I don't know if you can get in on there, but those ridges that are on it, that's important in this recipe because that's gonna catch the sauce. We want that. First thing we're gonna do is get our shrimp seasoned up. To this, we're gonna add about half a teaspoon of oregano. You don't have to be exact with these measurements. So we're gonna just call that about half a teaspoon. And then we're gonna add about a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Today I'm using Malcolm Reed's King Craw Cajun seasoning. You can use your favorite one. It can be Tony's or any Creole seasoning. And the cool thing about today is you don't have to have a grill for this. This would be amazing on the grill, but you don't have to have it. So we'll add about a full teaspoon of that. And again, measurements don't have to be exact. We just want it nice and coated. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And as I always say, fresh cracked black pepper, world of difference in flavor. And then just a little bit of salt. Take your hand that you just washed, because someone called me out for not washing my hand, and my response is, why would I show you washing my hands every single time I do it? But no, we're just gonna mix this up, get everything nice and coated. All right, that looks nice and sexy, and meanwhile, off camera, I am washing my hands. We have got our pans heated up here. I'm gonna take some chili infused oil. You can use olive oil, but I'm a fan of heat, so I wanna use this, but olive oil is just fine. Just gonna put a decent amount in there. I don't measure my oil, but if I had to guess, I'd say this is something like around 2 tablespoons, maybe 3 at the max. But you know, you just want the bottom to be good because our shrimp's gonna go in first. We might start coughing a little bit, and that includes Louis the cameraman too, because the fan is gonna make too much noise, even on low. So we're just gonna suffer. Sorry, Lou. So I'm just gonna lay these down. And shrimp cook really, really fast. You do not want to overcook them. So I'm going to give these about 1 minute on this side. Then I'm going to flip them over. One of the ways is you can look right down the center of a shrimp. And if that is opaque, you're in a good place. So I'm going to go ahead and just start flipping shrimp over. You see it's already pink. Starting to shrink up a little bit. So we'll give that about 1 more minute. And I want to swirl this around a little bit because I want some of this shrimp and seasoning to kind of get on the bottom of the pan. Because we're going to create some fond. It's F-O-N-D. That's all the bits and pieces of meat and flavor, whether you're using shrimp, sausage, chicken, ground beef, whatever it is, all that stuff that's stuck to the bottom of your pan, that's flavor and we don't want to lose it. We'll see if it shows up in the camera, but if you look down the middle of it, you can see it's opaque. So that means we're at a pretty good place. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take these out of here. I'm gonna set them off to the side. Have you ever been saying the word and been like, am I using that right?
Yep, all the time. Because I wasn't an English major.
Nope. And we grew up in the South where people just kind of hijack words and make it their own. That shrimp is done, that's good. Let's take a little bit more oil.
And here's where the smoke starts.
Yep, once again, just wanna get a good coat. This pan is already hot. So now I'm gonna put my andouille sausage in there. And we really wanna cook this. Don't be shy with letting this get brown on the edges, even crispy and dark. What I'm gonna do here is while this is cooking, again, I wanna work up that stuff that's at the bottom of this pan and loosen it up, because I want that to get on this sausage.
Smells delicious.
That's that andouille. Like I said, if you can't find it, smoked sausage, kielbasa sausage still works, but andouille is great. Once you've had it, you'll be like, I gotta put it in all my Cajun dishes. So we're gonna give that a second to kind of do its thing. We'll flip it over, get that to a good place. Then we'll start working on a sauce. We'll throw our pasta in here. We're not gonna cook our pasta in the water to al dente today. We're gonna cook it probably 7 minutes instead of 10 minutes because I wanna finish my pasta in the sauce because I want it to soak up all that flavor as it finishes cooking. So we're gonna be moving pretty quick here. Oh, and one more important thing. I'm drinking wine. Normally I would deglaze the pan with some wine, but told you I had a rough month, so I'm just gonna sip it.
I'm about to say, wine goes with pasta.
It does. That's why I decided to do this today instead of like some tequila or some bourbon. Bourbon would be good.
Tequila goes with pasta as well.
Does it? Does it? All right, our andouille sausage has browned up enough to my liking. Look at all this flavor down there. Ah, that's gonna be great. So get out of here for right now. Also, let's turn our heat down. Make sure I'm doing the right burner. I'm gonna turn it down to about a medium heat. So now the fun part. So we're gonna add some more oil to that. First up, our half of a yellow onion. Do about 2 tablespoons of our Calabrian peppers, 2 hefty tablespoons. If you were using just a regular bell pepper, you could just use the whole bell pepper. We do about 2 hefty tablespoons of that. We're gonna throw in our 4 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning and a 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. Let's actually get this mixed up. Once we've got that together, we're gonna add a generous amount of salt. So we're just gonna get these nice and softened. Just wanna smell it. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Make me wanna drink more. Extend March to March 32nd.
My liver needs a break.
Nonsense.
And it will rest when I die. No, I'm joking.
That's right, you're still young. You can recover. You still got the Wolverine genes. All right, that's nice and softened up. And then last but not least, I'm gonna add our garlic because we always add our garlic in last because we don't want it to burn because garlic cooks pretty damn quick. Yep, starting to smell it. That's what I want. We're gonna add our cup of chicken broth, which is about half this container. We are going to add our cup of heavy whipping cream. We're going to add tequila, that's right, tequila. We're gonna mix all the cultures. Half this can of fire roasted crushed tomatoes. It doesn't have to be fire roasted. You can just use regular crushed tomatoes. All right, so we got that going on there. Let's get this all mixed up. And then what we want this to do now, I may crank this heat up just a little bit. All right, now I just want this to come to a simmer. But while I'm doing this right now, I'm taking my wooden spatula and I'm scraping that bottom just to make sure there's nothing left, no flavors that we're missing. We want to loosen it all up so it gets in here. Our sauce is simmering, which is exactly what we want to do. We still have it over medium heat. What I'm going to do real quick is take our penne pasta. I'm going to pour just half this box in our salted water. We're gonna let that go for about, let's say 6 minutes. But in the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some Parmesan cheese, grated, or it could be shredded or whatever it is. Parmesan cheese, I'm gonna take about a cup and I'm just gonna pour it in here. This is gonna be our thickening agent. Now we're just gonna pour it in. We're gonna mix that up. And we're gonna let it continue to simmer away while our pasta cooks. And again, we're not cooking our pasta to be all the way done. I'm gonna take it out just before it gets there, and I'm gonna put it in here because I want it to finish cooking in the sauce. It's kind of just a good general rule of thumb if you're making these type of pasta dishes, is let it finish cooking in the sauce because it just soaks up so much more flavor. And we're gonna continue to let that simmer away while our pasta does its thing. And we're one step closer to Cajun heaven. While we wait for that just to get a little bit softer, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and add our meat back into here. Get that mixed in. I'm also just digging how much thicker this sauce has gotten. Take this and just scoop it on over. I could drain this, but sometimes I like to keep the pasta water. And also, I'm just too lazy right now to go get a strainer. You could save yourself a lot of time at home by getting a strainer. And you will automatically be better than me. This will become your YouTube channel. Let's get this coated. Let's give this a chance to finish cooking, and then it'll be time to plate. But first, wash my hand. Yeah, gotta pepper and salt it to taste, and I think it just needs a little bit. Some pepper. And let's come back around, a little bit more salt. And now we're just checking for the doneness of the pasta. So I want to try a few pieces, and when I feel like it's got a good al dente to it, we'll take it off and we will eat. So it just took like a few more minutes to get our pasta al dente in the sauce, but once we did that, it came out great. So I've got this plated. Two things we can do to this right now. Let's take some freshly grated Parmesan, just hit it over the top. Go as crazy as you want. A little bit of parsley for color. This is Italian parsley. Let's get ready to have a taste to make sure that this is worthy of even making the video. You gotta come in on close, Lewis, because you gotta get that sausage, you gotta get that shrimp. On the grill, this would be fire. I almost wish I did grill at least the shrimp. Yeah, everything about Cajun culture, everything about this dish is not diet friendly at all, but you should still make this. Enjoy this, and let me know some things that you guys would like to see, because I'm gonna make this dish over and over again. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna keep eating this. Poor Choices Kitchen, enjoy.